Richmond County, that's where we'll start there, seeing its share of storm damage. Over in the Hill area, they had some trees down near AU, and downtown caught some flooding. Luckily, no cars were damaged in either case. Sydney Hood is keeping track of the storm in that area near downtown Augusta. She joins us actually from Jackson Road, so bring us up to date. What's happening over there where you are, Sydney?
Richard, behind me, we've got a pretty big tree down. We've got some Georgia Power trucks coming through that are looking at the damage out here. I'm going to step out of the frame so you can get a better look at it. And the reason we are so far back here is because crews had this road blocked off because whenever that tree fell down, it took down some power lines with it too. You can kind of see there are still some bits and pieces of that power line in the road, so making it very dangerous driving conditions with the wet road. So that's why police have this portion of the road blocked off. We're on Jackson Road in front of Copeland Elementary, the Friedman Branch Library, and Pierce Memorial United Methodist Church. So if you're coming from Wrightsboro Road, that's the road in front of me, you'll want to avoid Jackson Road. Or if you're coming from Walton Way behind me, again, want to avoid Jackson Road because police are going to turn you around. We've already seen them turn around a couple of cars, and this is not the only place where we're seeing trees down and damage in our area. Just earlier today on Walton Way at Fleming Avenue, there was a tree that fell down, actually took down a power line with that as well, going onto the brick wall that's lining up alongside AU's entranceway to their Somerville campus. And then, of course, we are seeing a lot of flooded roads in our area. Just driving down Olive Road earlier, going underneath the bridge, we saw a lot of roads that were just completely submerged in water. Roads, again, are completely underneath water in some parts of our area. So, again, safe to say that our first responders and crews are having a busy day. Day is not over with yet. As Riley mentioned, the severe part is pretty much behind us, but that cleanup is just getting started. And of course, we are going to stay out here to keep you updated and let you know what you need to know in order to stay safe.
Wow, Sydney, that is a massive pine tree on those power lines there right behind you. Quick question here. We don't see any traffic except for the power crews on that road. I guess that's Jackson Road. Is the road closed down, or is there just very little traffic out there this afternoon?
This portion of the road is closed down, so we've got a cop car that's to my left right here. He's got this portion of the road. Wrightsboro Road is in front of me, so if a car is coming down off of Wrightsboro Road onto Jackson Road, they're turning you around. And then behind me, you can't see over the hill, there's another cop car that's moving traffic that's coming off of Walton Way. So the road is not completely blocked off, but just this portion right here in front of Copeland Elementary and the Friedman Branch Library.
Yeah, for people who aren't familiar, this is basically an area between Daniel Field and the Augusta Mall, and it looks like a lot of those folks living over that way are in the dark this afternoon. As you drove over that way, did you notice traffic lights out or any kind of a sign that they are dealing with those power outages?
I actually didn't, Richard. The traffic lights in front of me at Wrightsboro Road and Jackson Road, those are up and moving right now. Traffic is flowing good that way, but you know, you would think, looking at this, you would think there would be some outages around here. Now, there are some houses right down the road that could potentially be experiencing some outages, none that we have heard of, but as far as traffic lights or anything like that, those are all running smoothly right now.
Good to hear. Those crews really have their work cut out for them this afternoon, dealing with a very large pine tree on those power lines. Sydney Hood, thanks for the update. Stay safe over there in that part of Richmond County, not exactly downtown Augusta as the screen says there. Going to give you a quick look at some of the storm damage across our area. As always, thanks to a lot of you for sending in these pictures. We're seeing treetop snap there. That was Lincolnton. Another picture showing down tree that looks like it damaged part of a home over that way. It was sent in by Stacy Jackson, who lives in Ulmers. That's in South Carolina. On County Line Road in Thompson, you can barely make out a mobile home that was on the right of that screen as storms hit that area earlier this afternoon. And check this out. Columbia County, the storm brought a tree down with the branches going right through the ceiling there. That looks to be the kitchen or dining area. The homeowner had to put down plastic bags to protect some of the furniture there because, as you can imagine, there was water leaking through those gaping holes of that ceiling right there. So sticking with Columbia County, you can see the squeeze back. The rain we got there today. Just another case of really too much rain all at once as this big storm system moved through that area. Those creeks are really swollen there. Going to give you a live look now at Grovetown on I-20. Crews have been working to restore power in that area. It was hit hard by that severe weather earlier today, but you can see traffic moving pretty freely through that intersection there. Around 3 this afternoon, though, they had about 1,300 people still without power in the Canterbury Farms area. That number now whittled down to 5, so thanks to those crews for getting on that quickly. More than 500 are without power in the Hereford Farm Road area, which is over in Evans in Columbia County as well. Of course, all this is part of a much larger storm system that brought severe damage to several states. A suspected tornado hit Bay County in Florida earlier today, and look at that. Video showing significant damage to the east end of Panama City Beach. The threat of severe weather continuing throughout the afternoon there, but they've got structural damage there along the beachfront there in Florida. They were dealing with golf ball-sized hail in Dothan, Alabama earlier this morning, with much of it on the city's south side. There were reports of a tornado there as well, and you can see it coming down. Hail and high wind coming after a tornado warning there in Dothan. The fire department saw a possible twister moving across the southern Dothan area over toward Eastgate Park, if you're familiar with that area, and the eastern part of Houston County, or maybe they call it Houston County in Alabama, not sure. Dozens of possibly hundreds of trees are down across southeast Alabama, causing widespread power outages there. And look at the size of that hail there as compared to those glasses. Those are large chunks of damaging hail falling in Alabama earlier. Because of severe weather, our local schools are adjusting their schedules. Tomorrow, Bamberg County schools will have a 2-hour delay because of road conditions. They're worried about getting all those kids safely to and from school, and those school buses especially. Tonight's Aiken County School Board meeting has been postponed. We'll let you know when they reschedule that. And if you're a parent just trying to stay up to date on all these delays, scan that flow code and then tap your screen. That's going to take you to a list of schools all across the river region. All government buildings will be opened back up tomorrow morning.